Will, hi, good evening.
Good evening to you.
You weathered the storm there just now.
Just about, I think so.
Want to ask you a few questions, just have a few minutes with you, I know.
Sure.
You've got some training in other musical instruments other than the drums, I know. But do you have any classical training?
No, none whatsoever.
Oh, is that right?
No, everything that I can play, and that's not many things, but that's all kind of self-taught, really. I'm trying to learn the accordion at the moment, which is quite a tricky one.
Oh, a little tango action?
Yeah, exactly. So no, I never had any. I actually, when I was very small, I had some violin lessons, but I didn't progress with them very far.
Okay, well, a little girl, Elizabeth, asked me to ask you, where did you get the name Viva La Vida?
It's from a Frida Kahlo painting. Frida Kahlo, the Mexican artist.
Really?
Yeah. There's a painting of hers that we saw when we were in Mexico. We went to her house, which was also a kind of museum to her in her name and honor, and we saw this painting, and it was just full of life and full of kind of energy, and it was something that we wanted, and color most importantly. It was something that we really wanted to put into our music and our records, so it kind of stuck from there.
Excellent. You've been giving away CDs and free downloads on the internet lately. That's awfully generous.
Well, we feel very grateful to be in the position that we're in. You know, we're only here because of people who take a chance on us to buy a ticket or to buy an album, or, you know, we're lucky that we came along at a time where bands were given an opportunity to, you know, to get paid for what they're doing, and we're incredibly lucky and very fortunate. So we thought that, especially in these times where it's, you know, people have to think twice before making purchases, we thought we'd make that decision a little easier for them and give them something that they didn't have to pay for.
That's awfully nice. Attitude of gratitude you got.
Why not?
So you got the spiritual theme that works its way into your lyrics, I notice, and you're careful. I know there was a rule in your band: no drugs. You're kicked out if you take any drugs. So.
Well, I mean, these are just more. The only real rule is that anything that jeopardizes the kind of chemistry of the band is not particularly cool. There's no, you know, we're not by any means prescriptive about what we tell each other we can and can't do. We're very relaxed about that, and as long as everyone is happy and shows up and is content to keep working as hard as we do, then that's it, really. I think that was a very old quote that got the kind of got
old research
as things tend to get kind of, you know, blown out of proportion.
Oh, okay. Well, not to bring up a sore subject, but this copyright litigation that's going on, is that, you think, just a publicity stunt by all these people?
Who knows what goes on in people's minds? We know the truth, and that's about it, really. It's kind of to give them more publicity is to fuel the machine. So.
Well, there's a little girl named Dee Dee who asked me to ask you, what would you be doing if you couldn't be a musician?
I'd probably be trying to be a musician and failing possibly, but I don't know. It doesn't really bear thinking about. I don't really know what to do much beyond it. So.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite band other than your own right now?
I'm waiting for the next Arcade Fire record. They're my favorite band. That was my favorite album of the last few years. So yeah, whenever they come out again, that'll be my favorite band.
Well, tell me, do you find audiences in the United States far different from the audiences in the UK?
UK and USA not so different. Some European crowds are particularly boisterous. I think it's the kind of Mediterranean, hot-blooded spirit which seems to come out. But having said that, we've had some incredible audiences. We've played 5 concerts on this leg of the tour so far, and they've all been fantastic. So, you know, we're very lucky with our crowds, and the people that come to watch us, they're always behind us, and they always sing, and they always seem to have a good time. So we couldn't really ask for much more.
You did some indoor concerts, and now you're outdoors.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's raining tonight.
Yeah.
But how do you like the switch?
It's interesting. It keeps us on our toes, really. You get very comfortable we certainly got very comfortable in arenas, and, you know, it's just a very different. It sounds different to us, and it, you know, there's just a different feeling, and you have to try and, I don't know, there are certain things we know how to do very easily in arenas, and we're just learning how to do them in these outdoor venues, and how to try and reach as many people as possible, because that's ultimately the aim of what we try and do, is try and get everyone feeling like they're involved.
One last question. How do you measure your own personal success?
I suppose how happy I feel. I don't think if even if we were selling millions of records and I was miserable, I don't think I would feel particularly successful. So I think having a good balance between music and my family and all the, just trying to keep kind of a level head and always working very hard. That's a measure of success.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to ask you another question now.
All right.
Are you married?
I am, yes.
Oh, okay. And have you had any kids?
I have 3 kids. Yes.
Is that right?
It is right.
Oh, fantastic. Good for
Yeah,
you.
thank
so
you very
can
much.
pull it all off.
Absolutely,
Well,
just
thank
about.
you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Okay.